Fight fans, we are back at Sparta Combat League 72 live from the Eclipse Event Center in Denver, Colorado, and we are ready for our first title fight of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner, Dean Cotton.
You heard Mr. Bradley, 195-pound title fight. Little explanation to go on here as Mr. Dean Cotton makes his way to the ring. He is able to win the title tonight because he showed up on weight. The title was on the line as per their contract. Mr. Edwin Chavez, however, his opponent, showed up heavy for the fight. So if Chavez were to win the fight, he would not win the title because he's overweight for the 195-pound division. Mr. Cotton showed up 19 years old versus the 23 years of age for Mr. Chavez. Height advantage for Cotton at 6'1" versus 5'10". And 155 pounds. And Cotton 3-1 as a boxer versus the tactician, Mr. Chavez, at 5-0. 3 5-minute rounds, even though it is a title fight. We are in the amateur division. Or 3 3-minute rounds, as it's an amateur fight. 5-minute rounds in the professional division. Taking a look at Renegade Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach and fighter Mr. Eddie Cisneros there applying the Vaseline. We're going to see him on the Army vs. Marines card coming up April 27th, 2019 at the Budweiser Event Center. Get your tickets at SpartaCombatLeague.com.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th blue corner, Edwin Chavez.
MMA. We saw him earlier coaching his fighter to a win in a split decision, taking care of getting some Vaseline on Mr. Chavez.
This fight is brought to you by Platte River Bar and Grill, the official weigh-in sponsor for Sparta Combat League. Platte River Bar and Grill. Now, let's meet your two fighters. Introducing first, fighting out of the Dynamic Mortgage Concepts red corner. He stands 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighed in at 154 pounds. Training out of Renegade BJJ from Greeley, Colorado, Dean Cotton. And his opponent fighting out of the Larry H. Miller Nissan on 104th blue corner. He stands 5 foot 10 inches tall, weighed in at 157 pounds. Training at Pariah MMA from East LA, fighting out of Colorado Springs, Edwin Chavez. Referee for this fight will be Tom Johnson.
So there you have it, the Renegade Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter wearing the blue trunks is Mr. Dean Cotton in the title fight against Edwin Chavez. Mr. Chavez wearing the black trunks representing Pariah, and I just explained to the fans how the sort of title fight is going down this evening, and we're about to get it kicked off. Here we go.
This should be an amazing fight. Correct me if I'm wrong, JR, but the last time we saw Cotton in the ring, he broke his jaw and still won the fight.
So we're going to say toughest fighter of the night award?
I believe so. Good display of striking right off the bat. You can tell both these guys very experienced, very comfortable. They flow really well. There's a reason they're in a title fight.
And Chavez using his length really well early on the fight. He has a 2-inch height advantage.
He seems to be very well-rounded, too. He's got one of his victories at TKO, one's a submission, 3 decisions. So it has some good cardio. Training with the guys down in Pariah MMA. Just obviously going to be a good all-around fighter.
Yeah, just always a room full of killers there for sure. And Cotton, so far relegated to primarily covering up.
He's taking a couple good body shots, but Cotton's doing a good job of keeping his shell up high, so he's not absorbing a lot of damage necessarily. Good takedown by the Pariah MMA fighter.
Cotton looked to wrap up the guillotine. Chavez controlled the fall in the position on the way down. He's on the far side away from the choking arm, so not in danger of being choked. He's just going to pop his head out, and then we'll see what he tries to do for position.
This does play right into Cotton's game plan. He's much better on the ground. He knew that. So he was looking to get it to the ground anyway. Some good strikes landed by Chavez, though.
Yeah, good job by Chavez doing ankle control, looking to get himself past the legs of Cotton. And again, hard punches coming down for Chavez.
Chavez is doing a great job of posturing up and landing those punches after that.
Butterfly hooks now for Cotton, better position than he had earlier when his legs were being controlled. See if he tries to set up the triangle choke by way of bringing that left leg over the shoulder of Chavez.
And that's exactly what he finished his last fight with, deep into the third round with that broken jaw. So he's never really out of this. He's never out of the fight. He may be absorbing some damage, but look to see him work some good moves on the ground.
45 seconds to go here in round number 1 of our first title fight of the evening.
Chavez doing a really good job of staying tight, keeping his chest close, not letting Cotton maneuver around and try to pull guard back.
And we see Chavez doing a really nice job of listening to his corner. We talked about that a lot with the earlier Pariah MMA fighter. Those guys, obviously something they train is listening to their coach, and it's definitely paying off.
And when you've got the experience that these guys have, it makes it a lot easier to kind of tune out the extra noise and focus in on that. Good job of posturing up. And a nice head kick by Chavez to finish the round off.
There's the bell, and definitely a strong finish by Chavez. Well done by the Pariah fighter. Cotton going to have to make some adjustments as he goes back to his corner. What would you be telling Cotton?
If I'm in Cotton's corner, he's got to open up a little bit on the feet. He can't just stand there and absorb those shots. And then he's got to figure out a way to get a dominant position on the ground. So he can't wait to be taken down. He's got to shoot his takedown and maintain control. Chavez, on the other hand, realistically, he just needs to stick to his game plan. He's dominated on the feet. Good job of slipping that. Shoots in for the takedown.
But once it hit the ground, Chavez able to control position, worked his striking game very strong, didn't seem to have any thoughts of trying to go for a submission, just wanted to rough up his opponent and able to do so until the bell ended the round.
I expect to see a lot of the same from Chavez coming out, open it up with some strikes, get the takedown, secure the position, and then start raining bombs down again. Let's see if that's how it plays out.
See how Nostradamus-y you are.
Touch of the gloves, a good switch up to the front kick there to the face by Chavez. Cotton immediately closing the distance, pinning him up against the cage, looking for the takedown right away.
Lacing the leg of his opponent, Chavez, and trying to sweep that out is Cotton, but not able to do so far. There you go. You see him reaping that leg, but nice balance being shown by Chavez. Obviously, this defense is something he's worked on a whole lot, and Cotton doing a nice job trying to switch it up into a high crotch, but Chavez digging the underhook on the left side of Cotton, doing a good job thwarting the takedown.
That was a really good job thwarting the takedown because Cotton was doing a really good job of lowering his level, trying to get into the hips and sucking that ankle out. Chavez wasn't letting it happen.
And Cotton again.
Big uppercut by Chavez.
Cotton again basically relegated to covering until he can try to control the distance. So I agree with you. Needs to try to put a little more work into the striking, and that'll open up his takedown attempts a bit as opposed to waiting for his opponent to throw something. However, it's on the ground where he wants it to be, so well played, sir.
Good job of speaking that into existence. And this is exactly where Cotton needed to be. He needed to get a way to find the takedown, get in a dominant position. His jiu-jitsu is really good. He's going to work some side mount right now.
And Cotton doing a nice job of looking to his corner and taking instructions. So both these guys really well skilled here and trying to wrap up a leg off the bottom is Chavez. See if Cotton just tries to yank his leg free. If he does, that'll give Chavez a chance to try to stand. Chavez doesn't have the heel hook, and Cotton settles back down into position here.
Good job of pressuring back down, folding his leg back up, and just getting into a good position. Now working on some punches.
Get your right underhook, Edwin. Right side, and then punch your underhook. Right there, let's go.
So as nice a job as Chavez did at controlling position in round one, we're seeing Cotton able to have the same effect here in round number two.
And Chavez has got to be careful that he doesn't get that arm stuck between Cotton's legs and caught in a crucifix right now. It's kind of in a precarious situation.
Yeah, his corner telling him put that left hand on the mat because they want him to be able to pressure himself up and come to standing. But you're right, as soon as you start putting pressure down there, it allows your opponent to be free to move his legs.
Cotton's looking for the Darce choke, doesn't quite have it. Got his arm under the neck.
10-second clacker. And Chavez scoring a takedown to end the round. We're going to the third. For only the second time tonight, we're going to see round number three.
It was an entertaining second round. Chavez, seemed to have the control beginning, and then Cotton was able to reverse that. Did exactly what he needed to, got down to the ground, got a dominant position, and rode it out for most of the round.
So I'd say solidly 1 round to 1 round here. Who's going to dig deep, pull it out for the third?
Both of these guys talked about two things. One, how good their cardio was, and two, how hard it was to finish each other. There was that head kick that Cotton was able to catch from Chavez to get that first takedown.
Yeah, receiving a head kick's a tough way to get a takedown.
That's probably not a way you want to make your living.
However, he won the round.
That's true.
Right off of that move, so.
I'm never probably going to set that up then. That's not going to be my takedown setup. Both these guys complimenting each other, saying how hard the other one was to finish. Both of them planned on going to a decision, which I thought was a little surprising. Neither of them predicted a finish. Both wanted to drag it into deep water, so we'll see who drowns first.
Well. Glub, glub, glub.
That escalated quickly.
So I'm going to guess we're going to see Cotton covering up, Chavez landing some strikes, and then a battle for takedowns.
That's kind of what I was expecting, too. Cotton immediately pressures in, pushes it up against the cage. I was impressed. Chavez came out in a southpaw stance and threw a big left hand right off the bat before switching back to orthodox.
Probably something his corner got in his ear about, said, hey, let's switch it up. And digging for underhooks now is Chavez, able to do so, gets the turn. Nice job by the Pariah fighter. Pushing down on the head is Cotton, trying to keep Chavez from being able to stand and effect lifting his opponent.
Doing a good job of head control, too. Chavez has lowered his level, but now with that head being pushed down, right as I go to say it, sneaks that ankle out and gets the takedown.
Able to reach through and pick that ankle, and they are right in the corner of Cotton, so he has the advantage of some extra eyes on the fight game here, and being a primarily Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu school, it's going to get some great instructions and, you know, able to pull it out and end up here back to standing.
Big takedown from Chavez. Taking the back of Cotton, trying to lock that rear naked choke in. He needs to focus on getting those hooks in before he does that, though. Otherwise, Cotton's going to sneak out the back.
Yeah, Cotton will be able to at least bring himself to standing here. So, of course, when you bring yourself to standing, the primary tendency is to lift your head up a little bit, and you need to be aware of that as a fighter, and Cotton is.
Done a good job of standing back up, reversing position, back to the head control. Trying to sneak that arm in, looking for a choke again. Isn't able to lock it up. Chavez starts throwing bombs.
Cotton trying to work his guard, trying to get his knees in between his opponent so he can have a little distance. Chavez pressuring forward exactly in the range that he needs to be in to land effective ground and pound.
This might be Cotton's best chance to win the fight. He's got a very good guard game. He's got a lot of submissions he can throw out of that. Needs to focus on getting that. We only got 30 seconds left in the fight. It's been a pretty solid round for Chavez so far.
Yeah, you talked about his triangle choke deep in the third round, so that's exactly where he is here. And like we talked about, we had a 1 round apiece going in here, and so far it's been Chavez's round in the third, in my opinion. See if Chavez is able to pull Cotton off of the cage. Cotton trying to get his feet underneath him.
6 seconds left, and we're going to make it to the judges' scorecard.
That's going to give you a chance to go into the cage there. Let us know what the judges decide. We'll see you in a minute, Brent.
Be right back.
And Mr. Chavez with a little bit of flash there at the end of the fight. Checking out the replay here. This is toward the end of the round as Chavez was able to get inside the guard of Cotton. Cotton, this was before he was able to put his knees in and affect a little bit of distance. There he gets the knees in, pushes Chavez back a bit for a moment there. Chavez exactly within the range that he wanted to be for landing hard strikes. Really nice showing by both these fighters. Both these guys put a ton of energy into that fight. Obviously, their training camps were really, really solid for this. Like I said, there's a reason that they were involved in a title fight, but remember, the fighter did not make weight for the title fight, so if it goes Chavez's way, he wins the fight, but not the title. So should Mr. Chavez win the fight, he does not win the title, so he'll remain the #1 contender, but the belt itself will remain open for contention. Take it up to Brent for the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 elimination rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Ramirez scores the bout 29-28. Judge Hilzebeck scores the bout 30-27. And Judge Garcia scores the bout 29-28. All for your winner out of the blue corner, Edwin Chavez.
Congratulations,
Ladies
Mr.
and gentlemen,
Chavez.
due to a weight cut miss, Chavez is not eligible to win the title tonight. However, he will remain the #1 contender, and the 155 belt will be open.
I'm back here now with Edwin Chavez, who just won his fight tonight, remaining undefeated. How's it feel to get that win?
Feels great. Just on the long road to success. So
You missed weight, so you weren't able to be eligible for the belt tonight. But you were telling me just a minute ago that you're planning to go pro. So what do you think? You gonna stick around to win that AMI belt or turn pro in your next fight?
I don't know. We'll see what Jeff has to say, but I'll probably go pro.
What was your game plan going into this fight tonight?
Just wherever it went to be a tactician.
All right, so anyone you want to thank?
I got to thank my coach, Drew, of course. Got to thank my dad, all my team at Pariah MMA. Got to thank God and all the men and women who served.
All right, well, maybe we'll see you going pro. Maybe we'll see you fighting for that Emmy belt, but we'll see you again soon. Great fight tonight. Good job, Edwin.